Officials confirmed one of the 3 people shot and killed was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends, where a total of 6 people were. One of them, a rapper Davon Bennett, who goes by the stage name King Von.
Yo, you better watch out. Hey, come on, chill.
Some chilling new evidence from OTF Vonni's father reveals King Von was backdoored by none other than Lil Durk. I know how it sounds, but this new evidence lines up perfectly.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a backdoor and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonni, is it open? Vonni told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonni, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was his exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonni backdoor King Von? No way. That was right in there.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he died.
As academics would then ask Vonni's father why Lil Durk would want King Von gone.
Why would Durk want Von?
Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting.
Dude was a slack. Dude was a. He was signing the boys. He was a. Von wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was interesting.
I mean, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He got a public defender."
Which is then when a viral tweet read, OTF Vonni's dad leaking that Lil Durk had Von dealt with is really making me wonder why Lil Durk suddenly goes on IG Live when he is connected to somebody passing away. He went on live the minute King Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck passed away, which makes fans believe Lil Durk uses IG Live as a live action alibi. So when the police ask him where he was when so-and-so passed away, he can just says, "I was on IG Live, you can go look at the records." However, Vonni's father is very upset at his son turning federal. It was tweeted, OTF Vonni's father reveals Vonni allegedly orchestrated Lil Pab in King Von's passing, as now he is snitching on Lil Durk to clear his own name.
Oh no, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that with the whole narrative about Vonni snitching with the text messages? Like that's
yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and and with me saying Von, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell that just like you orchestrated Lil Pat, you orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
OTF Vonni's father is from the streets, where if somebody snitches, you are then allowed to snitch on them, and he didn't hold back at all. He's doing this because the never-before-seen police records of King Von passing were released this week, where this reveals the truth about everything and what the police found when doing their own investigation. Even in these files, it begins with the police being told by a nurse at the hospital King Von was brought back to life. He made it through 2 surgeries, but then got startled by a nurse walking into the room, resulting in King Von passing.
And Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital that quick?
Because she was there at the hospital.
But what's even more concerning is the police believe King Von got backdoored by one of his own, which is very convenient because OTF Vonni's father is also leaking that Durk was involved. It gets even crazier from here. The police records read King Von had paid bodyguards who were supposed to protect him on this night. But when it came to the altercation, they all ran away and disappeared, not helping King Von at all.
His security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the you let him walk over? In fact, you ain't even supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. But that security guard, it's something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
As these bodyguards are a part of the OTF company, meaning they are all paid by Lil Durk to protect OTF members like King Von. The police even pieced together an interview from Quando Rondo, where he would give an explanation on the truth behind King Von's passing, including what King Von's last words were, and so much more. But to understand it all, we first need to review the new police files on King Von's passing, as the detail they gave is unbelievable. They write, on November 5th, 2020, King Von and his crew prepared to head to a club in Atlanta for his album's release party. The night was supposed to be a massive celebration of the life and success of King Von, but nobody knew that it would be so short-lived. King Von had many enemies. Growing up in a dangerous place like O Block, he knew the risks of being caught out in public. So when rolling out to the club, Von's crew consisted of 25 members spread across 8 SUVs that all went to the party. Even Von's manager 100K Track spoke on the extreme measures Von took regarding security.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
Now later on in that night, something would change. King Von would act out and put his life in jeopardy, but in the meantime, the party was going great. Everybody was having a great time, celebrating the success of King Von's album. But it's right when the clock struck 2 a.m. where everything changed. King Von and his entourage began exiting the club. The plan of everybody was to return to the Airbnb and hotels for the night, but King Von would sit in his Escalade, glued to his cell phone, texting somebody back and forth for roughly 20 minutes.
Everybody mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
The entire crew would begin heading to the Airbnb. However, King Von would end up telling his driver last minute to go to another club known as the Monaco Lounge. This would be the first decision of many that led to the end of King Von, but it also answers who was King Von texting for 20 minutes.
Well, everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey, bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey, bro, you know we here by ourselves. Like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
For some reason, the people in King Von's truck only let the rest of the team know the plans had changed once they arrived at the new club. So when the rest of the team found out, they all hopped back into their SUVs and began driving to the new club instantly. Once Von's manager got to Monaco, he knew something was off about King Von. He wasn't acting like the upbeat guy that he usually was. Instead, he was very quiet, sitting in the back seat of his Escalade, glued to his iPhone. Once Von's crew arrived at the club, they were all ready to go in, but Von continued to just sit in his Escalade for 30 minutes.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
This is when 100K Track would hop into the Escalade to check on him. Vaughn then finally agreed to go into the lounge, but this is where it got strange. Due to Monaco's club rules, Vaughn's crew had to leave their firearms all in their cars. So they would send the security in first to check around the club, making sure everything was safe until they found something odd.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Vaughn. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Vaughn, bro, what's going on? Like, you know, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Vaughn's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
Security would look around, everything was safe. However, the real danger was just sitting outside in the parking lot because Quando Rondo was in his car, with a couple of his own team members trying to get some sleep. A security guard of Vaughn's would end up looking through the parking lot. He spotted Quando Rondo, where he would quickly run over to King Von, knock on his windshield, and tell King Von, did you know Quando Rondo is here? King Von would then jump out of his Escalade, putting his phone into his pocket and getting ready to crash out.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Vaughn just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
King Von reacted instantly, jumping out of his Escalade looking to confront Quando. Vaughn's team tried to get him to chill out and not start a scene, but this didn't stop him. Vaughn went around the front of the white vehicle. He saw Quando and immediately began going at him.
He jumped out the car. By the time Vaughn jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Only a few seconds into the brawl, Quando's best friend Lil Tim would come out of the back side of the white car with his firearm and use it towards King Von. This would affect Von multiple times across his body, but it also affected King Von's manager once in the leg. Some of Von's members were still strapped. They instantly retaliated on Lil Tim, making him fall to the ground only a few feet away. It is important to note the police found the only people that used firearms were King Von's actual street friends, not the security that were paid to use firearms. At this moment, Von's security was seen sprinting away, ducking behind a bush, while Von's actual street friends were trying to save his life. With the noise eclipse going off in the area, there was 2 off-duty officers working security just down the street. One on-duty officer then pulled up to the scene on the opposite side. Using their walkie-talkies, they counted down from 3, then unleashed multiple rounds into the area, trying to stop everyone from what they were doing. Sadly, this did affect one of King Von's best friends, but during this, Von was still right in the middle of the street with Quando. People online believe Quando was trying to snatch Von's chain before fleeing the area, but 100K Track believes Von was holding Quando to shield himself, which the police did agree. In the new file, they wrote, Von was using Quando Rondo to shield himself from the noise of clips.
And was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Vaughn was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong. Like, he just, like, he was literally holding him.
Once the scene then relaxed and everyone began stop using their firearms, the race to save King Von's life was then on. His best friend Muwap ran right into the middle of the street, knocked Quando out of the way from Von, and picked up King Von, bringing him over to the getaway car. Quando and his team then also left the scene, including Lil Tim. They jumped into the white car and began driving to the hospital. Despite being hit 4 times, King Von was conscious the entire drive, where the members that were with Von in the car spoke out, saying King Von was trying to keep everyone in good spirits and assured everyone he would be okay.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get him to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself, from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
After arriving at the hospital, King Von would be rushed into the operating room, where he would make it through 2 surgeries, but then sadly passed after being startled by a nurse while looking for his firearm. But here's where things get strange. The police were able to find an interview from 2 years ago of rap OG Boosie. King Von making it through his surgeries and then being startled by the nurse was never shared with the public. However, Boosie already knew about about it, where he would reveal Von never had a firearm, which is why he couldn't find it in the operating room.
I mean, like you said, the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all of them is supposed blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Because I like King Von. You know?
As the news of King Von passing would then quickly hit news headlines.
This made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of guns.
Knowing who was involved of Quando Rondo and Lil Tim, where Quando and Lil Tim would end up both doing interviews, sharing information.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like they could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
To even Lil Tim, the man who did the crime towards King Von, he would speak out for the first time.
No, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't know the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't know no disrespect to like his mama saying him shit like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
As Lil Tim would be the only one to survive his injuries while at the hospital. The following day, after doing what he did to King Von, he was arrested and charged for the passing, where he would go through multiple bond hearings where he was denied. But then in 2021, he did receive a $100,000 bond. Since then, the charges were then dropped, but here's where it gets odd. In 2023, it was shared by his lawyer. The case against Mr. Leaks, aka Lil Tim, was dismissed before ever being indicted, where Von's best friend Lil Durk and O-Block knew they had to do something about it. They wouldn't just let him off the hook for what he did. So in the following months, we would hear about a big time hit against Quando's crew.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
As a result, one of Quando's best friends, Lil Pab, was taken out during it, where the news footage captured the moment that Quando found out, where he would experience the same pain that King Von's friends did just 1 year prior.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Where not long after, Lil Durk would claim to be behind the hit. On his diss track titled Aha, he would use the lyrics, "They like Durk, he a singer, he won't do some. You can believe whatever you want, I got your folks hit." Where then he would drop another song called Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, rapping the lyrics, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no, no," dissing Quando.
This man,
where Lil Durk would then be arrested for the retaliation. As with the evidence file being released, we know who snitched Lil Durk out, but by the end of it, it really makes you wonder Durk's involvement. It's written, the new Lil Ted body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and OTF members have changed this case. Lil Durk's lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal, raising the question of, what did Lil Ted say to the feds, and who is Lil Ted? Well, Lil Ted is also known as OTF DD's younger brother. This is Durk's main guy alongside OTF Vonni. If Durk needs a job done street related, he goes to DD and Vonni. Lil Ted was picked up by police at a local convenience store when he had a firearm in his jeans pocket.
Really? Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
Where at this moment, Ted was then driven to the police station, but before ever even getting inside, he had tears coming down his face, crying to the police officer saying, "I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings," hoping not to be placed into jail, but he was already too late.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I'll be telling you, please, I swear, please.
Being placed into his waiting cell, Lil Ted is seen crying his eyes out, wanting nothing more to just snitch on the gang members that he know did crimes, and just so he can go home.
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 777, what you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
With OTF Didi being his older brother, they are both related to OTF Vonni. With Vonni now also snitching since Lil Ted is, he might as well too, which is exactly what he did, which resulted in OTF Vonni's father snitching him out, causing a domino effect of everyone telling on everyone. Do you believe Vonni's father, that Lil Durk, was behind the hit of King Von? Comment down below what you believe, and if you were a fan of King Von, leave a like on the video.